Morning, Coach. We talked about just the struggle of not having the non-conference this year, but having a test and really after y'all had been rolling a little bit to get a five-set test from a team like Oklahoma, how valuable is that from a teaching standpoint for your team?
Matt, I love you. You're already thinking how do we find the positives in those things, and that is the right perspective in it. I think more so, as Lachey said, it was an awakening for us. We feel like that was sometimes you go five because it's a battle and it's back and forth. And again, Oklahoma didn't quit playing, or I felt like we did a little bit. And for us, we understand like if you're playing fully focused and 100%, your scores may be those 25 19s that we're getting, but just dropping to 99%, doesn't cost you 1 or 2 points, but it really costs you a lot of points as the rallies go on. Our inability to pick up the tips from the back row attacks in Oklahoma, frustrating because there's kind of an execution deal that I thought we had addressed and worked on. And then, night two, it never went down. And so once you take something away from an opponent, I think it puts more pressure on them to do the other things exceptionally well. And then we had some things in place for that. It just, makes a difference. And no, it's good to get the win. It's good. We won ugly those last three sets, and we got to be more consistent. But you do got to win ugly sometimes. And that was having Yasi take some big swings there at the end and get a little bit of her old self. She's not 100% healthy yet, but she felt like it for a couple good swings to put us over the top.
Thanks, Coach.
Next question from Jared.
Ryan, just Chanel getting Defensive Player of the Week. Obviously, she's playing really well in that position, had a good weekend. What are you seeing from her just in terms of, like you said, that's the position she came in for, but playing that position and really kind of making it her own?
No, I think there's a comfort level there now, Chanel, and there's definitely an ownership of that position. And so I think that security adds to her confidence, and she's just playing with more and more confidence each match moving forward. But she's definitely made that shift from just being an option at that position to like I said, the ownership of the position and be really commanding while still being her goofy self and encouraging at the same time. So it's been a huge plus.
Next, let's go to Harper.
Yeah, Coach, Tech's been a little up and down this season. How do y'all prepare for a team that doesn't look the same week to week?
Well, at least, we finally have a little bit of film of our opponent going into it. I think we did 3 straight weeks, 2 in a row where we had 0 film, and then 3 straight weeks where our opponents had a bye. So, Tony's a great coach, and part of his philosophy is matchups, and he's always moving his lineup around in ways to give him, advantages that they might see. Maybe a cross-court hitter to hit at someone that they think, struggles on defense, or a taller hitter versus smaller blocker, or the other way around, a better blocker maybe on Yasi. So we've seen all their different lineups. I think player tendencies still stick with them. So we'll need to play clean volleyball and again expect to be making adjustments match to match as well. Not only on the rotation, but probably a switch of personnel as well.
Next question from Jerry.
Ryan, Lauren obviously was out last weekend. How is she doing? Did she get cleared? And I don't know how far away Hannah is, but how is she doing just in terms of her recovery?
Lauren is cleared and good to go, and we're in a waiting game with Hannah Sedgwick still. So again, we're in that unique boat where we want to peak in April, and we're playing games here in October. So we don't want to rush anything on Hannah's side that would turn into a lingering thing throughout the rest of the semester. So we'll she's a ways out still.
How much even going back to last weekend, how much has that depth played a part in this team being able to withstand some of the blows that it's taken?
No, it's been good, and and I think some moments I'd like to see everyone shine a little bit more, but for depth at a setter like Callie was a big reason we were successful last year, and so I feel there offensively we don't miss a beat, and she's dumping as well as Hannah has done, and or probably her blocking's that's not her strength, but um, she brings great digs and serving, so we get some other areas out of her. So that depth has been huge. And then, I think, yeah, KJ at her best and Cassie at their best are really close to our other two outsides. So, AJ coming in the block and do some of those things and battling in practice for us is good. And, yeah, with the middles, Lachey was a little tender in her knees, and Andressa played great, and then Andressa hurts her ab, and Lachey plays great. So I do like having that depth, especially the experience where they know what they're doing, versus the inexperience and balls are falling because of lack of understanding.
At this point, I mean, you've been on a trip, but does travel concern you just with everything going on?
I'm not concerned about the travel from a fearfulness of catching or whatever. Like I said, our medical staff is doing good. I think it's changes. It's so how we're traveling this weekend is going to look a lot different how we traveled for Kansas. Um, so while I like to build and create routines that can get us, an optimal mindset for matches, we also know we've had to, resiliency is going to be one of those things we got to do. And so, driving, not flying, and wearing goggles and masks on the road trip, we'll do what we need to do. And our girls are just really thankful to have the opportunity to play.